What's up, Donna?
Hey, Sheriff.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Awesome. Brandon, Billy, if you guys want to come up, come on up. What you doing on this Sunday, miss?
Just chilling, just laid down, just chilling.
Yeah, you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. Mm-hmm.
You gonna go for a drive later or what?
Maybe. Depends. I don't feel it.
All right. Um, as far as I can tell, that 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 how do I say it? That will be the weekend of like the 14th, 15th.
Right, okay.
That event. Just so you know.
Right, okay. Mm-hmm.
Just so you know.
I get it.
Yeah, now you're gonna go down to Hippodrome or what?
Hippodrome, yeah. I'll be going on at Hippodrome.
What? How soon? Like this week or?
No, I think I'm going down at Fifth, because they've got ambassadors thing on 6th, so I can meet up with Colette and KJ and everybody
Nice.
before ambassador. See if Colette's going first. So they're going down London on the maybe 5th, probably 6th, I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Will you stay
Depending.
overnight or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay overnight.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm not rushing it. So I'll stay
Awesome.
overnight and just have fun and just chill, relax, have fun with everybody and just do networking as per.
See the kids, see the girls.
Yeah, see the girls, see everybody else.
Very cool. How long of a ride is that for you?
I'm gonna get coached down because I'm gonna be drinking. I don't really want to be taking my car into London.
Okay. Well, that's nice to be able to just sit and enjoy the ride.
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah, I think I'll get coached down. Train's too much of a hassle.
Very cool. I like it. I like it. Very cool. Girl,
Get
I'm
myself
tired.
away from this place. I know, I'm tired to get myself away from this place for a few days. Just a change of scenery.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah, I've got Goliath on 26th. I can't do 27th because I've got this thing with Caitlin. We're going to a uh, mock court thing. It's to do with what she's doing at university.
Right.
This has been booked for a long, long time, so I can't really get out of it. And that's day 2 for the ladies. So like I think I'll just go down once to Goliath, which is 26th. I'm not staying over. I'll just drive down and drive back up at stupid o'clock. It's no
I
worries.
when is Malta? October?
End of October, beginning of November.
Okay. So you got some time for that.
Yeah, I've got some time for that. hmm And then we've got the WPT at Dusk Till Dawn as well. That's in August, I think. Or it could be in September, I'm not sure. I might go down and see who's there.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Well, those are some nice trips coming up, miss.
Yeah, may as well.
I like it. I like it. And then, of course, we're trying to get you over here for the WPT. So
Yeah,
hopefully you'll
hopefully.
be able to make that happen.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying my hardest.
I know. I know you are. That's all you can do, Donna. And if it's meant to be, it will
It's
be.
meant to be, exactly. If it's not, there's always another time. I mean,
Right
will I
on.
be gutted if I don't do December? I will be absolutely in fucking pieces
I
if I
know.
don't do December.
Oh, excuse me. I know, honey. Hopefully that'll come together.
Hopefully it will.
I'll be so upset if you don't get to come.
I, I know, I just don't want to do fucking Christmas up there again. So, like, it was such a good fucking thing for me, though. Saying
See?
coming back from Vegas and, like, oh my God, I'm just so tired, I can't be arsed. And, like, just to spend Christmas on my own, no kids, no nothing, didn't
Right
cook
on.
for myself or anything. I'm just thinking it's just another day. I don't have to sit there and fucking listen to Grant dad fucking moaning over at Sally and like fucking being in a bad atmosphere. Fuck that.
Right.
No, I just chilled out on my own and I was loving it. I just
Well,
loved
and
being on my own.
don't you think some of that is that you just had such a great experience that you didn't have to look for that family gathering to be a good experience, that you just felt you could do without of it? Because those
Yeah,
family gatherings, 9 times out of 10, are very disappointing for you, right?
yeah. And I didn't want to play fucking dead possum again because I know that would have fucking happened and it's like, no. That were like cutting the fucking final chord that way. That were like that
Oh,
was
that
like
tickles my
cutting the
funny
final
bone.
fucking that was like cutting the fucking cord as though no, it's not gonna happen. No, I'm not going back. That's it.
Good
End
for
of.
you. Look at how strong you are. Good for you.
End of. Fucking cut the cords.
Love
Done.
it. Love it. Love it. Hey, Fats, how are you?
Hey Fats.
Morning, Sherry and Donna. How are you today? Are we all calm now today? Are we calmer?
We're calm. We're good.
Um, Look, I don't want to, I love you both. And well, Donna, I mean, well, obviously we had a little thing yesterday, me and you, but
Love you too. It's
I,
fine.
I just want to, I went back and listened to the very beginning when everything started. And
Right?
I'd said that when Hex said, and it's like a 5 minute segment, and Hex said that that the ticket now may become end up being attached to the tournament, which means it'll go directly to you, and you'll be the one that has to play it. And then that was when I said, well, then I might have to get somebody to play on my account, and that's when Coco jumped right in and says, "Hey, whoa, what are you saying? You can't do that." And right before you came in, I said, after Coco and I think somebody else was trying to tell me, hey, you just can't do that. You shouldn't even be saying that. And I said, well, if I have to, it's the day that it's a day that I'm out there for Bet Bash, but I don't have anything on my schedule because it's 2 days before. I said, if I have to, I could play it. So that was my next option. And the second after I said, if I have to, I could play it, which obviously would have been the case after all of our discussion. But the second I said that was another option, that was when you immediately came in and like came in hot, let's say. Wow, where'd everybody come from? I thought this was like a nice quiet spot to talk. All of a sudden we got a crowd. So,
Well, I couldn't help but notice that you skimmed over the part where you said that you knew that it was, how did you put it? I forget now that, like you knew it was wrong. You skipped over hearing that part just now.
well,
You did hear that part, right?
based on
That you
what
admitted you knew that it was wrong,
based on
right?
what Coco and these guys were saying, that I said, well, that's still another option that I could do. And we got to the, and then we got to the point where, by the time that you said it's absolutely cheating, and Blue said showed the rules, and then I said, okay, fine, then that's definitely not an option. But you
Two
know,
things, Fats, two things. Once again, you're skimming over the fact that you admitted right in the very beginning of that conversation that you knew it was wrong. And second of all, you're skimming over the fact that people were telling you it was wrong, and you were digging deeper into that hole by saying, well, everyone else is doing it, so it's really not a big deal.
well,
Even though all of us were trying to tell you it was. I even tried to tell you you could be banned for doing it. Like, recognize what I'm saying to you. I'm not coming in hot only because I'm upset and disappointed in your words. I'm coming in hot to try to convince you that what you're saying is wrong and you shouldn't be saying it.
okay, now also, and this is, you know, just like I have opinion on the HUDs and the GT, the solver thing and stuff like that.
Right?
Particular topic, whether it's a rule or it's not a rule, and in my opinion, the point of the rule, and it's still a rule. Rules are rules, but the purpose of this rule is because they don't want, uh, let's say, me having Phil Hellmuth come in and play on my account, and everybody thinks it's me, or something like that. But if it's a if I put somebody, if I'm in a situation where I come ill and I just take a friend who's an equal caliber player to me and tell them to play on my account just because I'm already signed up and there's nothing I could do. That's not, yeah, that's technically that's against the rules, but I'm not trying to game the system in any way by putting anybody in there. And that's the rules there to keep people from gaming the system and cheating by putting in better players when you think it's a worse player. And that's not something I was trying to
Okay.
do by any stretch. That's why in my
Okay.
head,
I'm just going to say to you, Fats, there's not a person that listened yesterday or is listening now or who will hear about this for the next 10 years that believes that you're going to put a person allow a person to access your account to play for you that is a worse player than you are. There's not a person alive that's not going to believe you're looking for a ringer to put in there. Go ahead, FTW.
Yeah, the word is ethical that he used.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You admitted to knowing it wasn't ethical right at the very beginning of that conversation. And even now, as you re-describe that conversation, you left that part out that you knew because you said it in your words.
yeah, but I also said very right at the whole beginning of that, I said I could still play it. That was my preference not to do it. But if I have to, I could still play it. And obviously, it's a situation where I would have to do that. So it's not like I was not committed to. Well, I'm going to take somebody and stick them in there. That wasn't something that I was committed to. It was just something I threw out there as an idea to resolve that issue. I mean, my original issue was to transfer the whole thing to somebody else to play in the community who was going to play for everybody.
But unfortunately, in a public recorded space, you said that you could probably just, let somebody use your account to play for you. And I hope you have thought about that statement in the fact that, as far as I'm concerned, I'm considered a leader in the poker community. And I cannot idly stand by and listen to someone in a public forum talk about how they could possibly cheat. I'm not ever going to stand by and let that happen. Even if I quit poker tomorrow and quit doing all the stuff I do in the world of poker tomorrow, I would still stand strong against those words you chose to say in a public forum because that's the person I am. Go ahead, FTW.
Yeah, I got to run, but I just really came up to see if Fats was ready to apologize to you for saying that he was a cheater because you never said that. I guess not.
Wait. You're saying she never said that I was a cheater?
No, here's the exact quote if you would like it. Sorry, I don't like a cheater, never will as long as I live. So basically, it was a general statement that she just was making, and then you kind of with your word salad twisted her arm, twisted her around till she responded to you as, yes, okay, maybe I called you a cheater after you kind
Now,
of attacked her for not playing in the league.
is that based on your recollection or having
No,
re-listened to it?
no, they're both clipped to my timeline, but you won't be able to see those.
But Fats, all you got to do is produce that clip where you say I was calling you a cheater. I was saying what you were. You're not a cheater because you were talking about doing it in the future tense. So you say trying to put that on me doesn't even make sense because you're talking about something in the future. So it just doesn't all make sense. You're just trying to twist it around to get the spotlight off of you and your words. And honestly, it just again showed me who you are and who you are not. And I'm going to say it again. You burnt the bridge of trust for me. And I've stood up for you many of times. Even when there was gray areas, I always gave the benefit of the doubt like I would for anybody until they proved to me I shouldn't. And unfortunately, yesterday you proved to me that I shouldn't. And I hate that. I hate it more than you'll ever know.
Thing is, it's all hypothetical anyway because nobody's won the Venom ticket yet.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Donna?
I says it's all hypothetical anyway right now because nobody's actually won the Venom ticket.
Well, yeah, I know. That's. I got crucified for thinking about doing something that I still had to win a whole tournament to be able to even do.
Fats, I'm gonna challenge you, Fats, to get off of Twitter for the next 24 hours and just think about, maybe even re listen to that space. Think about what people were trying to do to help you realize what you were saying was wrong and why. Because I still, even with that last statement you just made, I don't think you understand that you, in a leadership role as incoming commissioner, saying something like that is serious. And
Okay.
honestly, I think you just need to back up, just even I don't know, go touch the grass, do something else different today, stay off of Twitter, stay out of the DMs and just think about it, reflect
Well,
on it because honestly, I still after that last statement don't think you get it.
well, no. Here's what I get, and here's what I don't get. I get that it is an absolute in writing rule, and that you can't do it. And I will follow the rule and intend to always follow that rule and not do it. However, my opinion of the rule is that it's an unenforceable rule, and it's being done out there anyway, and it's that doesn't mean I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it, but it's not. If somebody does do it, well, there's no recourse to stop them anyway. So
There
it's
is.
I believe it's out there being done. So the options are play and deal with it, or don't play. But I'm not one that's out there doing it, and I'm not one that's going to do it, and I'm not one that was doing it. But it's just my feeling. And and another thing, these things, these HUD things or whatever they call them, where they analyze your play and they give you information to somebody that on hands that you've played that they were never even in with you, to me, that's cheating.
Well, and there are again, I'm not a big onliner, so I don't know which ones do or don't, but there are sites that ban HUDs. And I don't know what the penalty is if you're using one and they catch you using it. I don't know because I'm not an onliner.
You get
Maybe
banned.
maybe somebody that knows can come up and explain that to Fats. But
Well,
I just know that there are sites that, try to detect HUDs and they do discipline if they catch you using one. So
my understanding from what I've heard is that you can use them on HCR and nobody's going to get in trouble for using them on ACR.
If you are using a HUD on some on some poker clients that have got 0 HUDs where you shouldn't be using them, then they find out, which they can. I mean, I know something security, and there's a lot more to it. I can't go into it, but they will fucking ban you for life.
Well, yeah, but on ACR, can you use them? My understanding is
I don't know about
that you
ACR.
can. I think it was Panama Joe was telling people that for like $24 or something, he can get you set up to have one. Now I'm not
okay,
don't
so now you just talked about how you think HUDs is cheating, and now you're promoting how to get a HUD. Like, does that even make sense to you? It
well
doesn't
no,
make
what
sense
I'm
to me.
saying is but it's not if the site any rule to ban it, then just because it's my opinion that it's cheating, I guess it's not cheating if they're allowing it.
All right, I've
But
got
in
some
my opinion,
comments,
that's much worse than if somebody plays for somebody else, and
and
it's
it's. I'm going to
at
tell you,
least of
it's
equal caliber in a situation where something comes up and you can't be available.
okay.
That
Let me be clear. It's not HUDs are not worse than two people cheating, one allowing another access to their account to play under their account name. That is much worse. Now I'm going to read what Doink put in the comments. One, if I make a plan to cheat on my wife and she finds out before I do, Fats thinks she should just forget about it because it didn't happen yet. Two, when a ticket was going to be transferable, he was going to have a better player than him for play it for a percentage. Who would play his account?
that's not. I'm not convinced that it's that the player that I've chosen is necessarily a better player than me.
Well, all of us know that you love to make sure you have the edge in betting, so there's
Well,
no way you're going to
that's not the case.
you're going to
That's not
convince.
the case here. And if Hex were here, Hex would verify that there's no necessarily that this player is a better player than me, but it's somebody that everybody in the community would be thrilled to have playing for them.
Well, I'm just going to say to you, there's not a person alive that would think you would put someone in of a lesser value than yourself. Go ahead, Doink.
Yeah, just to the point of, it's not cheating if they're allowing it. That's something that's true for, say, in the NBA. They don't really call travels like they used to. They let it play on. So pushing the edge on the rule book and what the officiants are going to enforce is one thing. That's where that would be true. Ghosting on an account, just it's not that it's not enforced, it's that it literally can't be. They can't have everyone on a webcam to show that the room is empty, that their eyes are and their mouse movements line up with the actions on the poker client. They just can't do that. So it's not that they're not enforcing it, it's that it's impossible to enforce, and that's why people cheat. And that is a cheat. And when the ticket was transferable, you were going to have a better player than you.
I disagree with that. I
Uh,
don't think that the player I've chosen is necessarily a better player than me.
Okay, who's
who
the
was it? Who
player?
was it? Who would you have picked in both scenarios when it was transferable and you were going to have someone else play on their account for a percentage of the profit, And who would you have picked to play on your account in Ghost?
The person I was going to pick to play it was Cody Daniels.
He's better than you.
I haven't played with him enough to know that, but it had nothing to do with his skill level. It had to do with the thrill for him and the what I saw of him, how happy he was playing down at the World Series. And I thought, wow, you know what? I can't do this. He would love to play for the community and try to win that and give it his best effort. And it would be a big thrill for him to do it. And that's who I was going to let play my.
And I think that's a great choice. And like Doink said,
but-
I think that he's a crusher and would be a better pick than you. And that's no
All right,
offense.
but
He's
I
just a
wasn't
crusher.
picking him. It
Well,
had
and I
nothing to
get that.
do with his skill level.
I get that. I get what you're saying. I think it's a great choice, but it is what it is. Go ahead, FTW.
Yeah, do you think for 1 second Cody Daniels would ghost your account and play this tournament?
Yeah, thank you.
No, I never was going to. I would never have asked him to do that.
So then who are
I
you
was
going to
when I thought the ticket was transferable, I had said that was who I was going to have play the ticket.
So who are you going to have
In the
play on
clip,
your
you say
account?
play on my account.
I hadn't even thought of a person yet. I just figured I could find somebody. I didn't have anybody in mind in particular.
So this
And
is
a couple of the people I could have asked might have said, hey, nah, they're not comfortable with it and wouldn't want to do it anyway. So it was just a thought I had. That's all. It was not something that I was definitely going to do. And it wasn't something where I was trying to do it to angle it. Because let's put it this way. If it wasn't the Bet Bash week and I hadn't gotten the Cody Daniels idea when it was transferable, I would have absolutely just played it myself and wouldn't have thought of giving it to having anybody else play it.
I mean, your intent in not trying to gain an edge with this is kind of immaterial.
Well, that's trying to do something to gain the edge would be the point of cheating.
Having someone play on your account is the cheating. And you knew that. And then you continued to justify it in myriad ways.
Well, I gave my opinion on it. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I still gave my opinion on it. And I don't think, I think it's unless they can come up with a way to police it, there's really nothing they can do about it.
Okay, so there's
my opinion.
That's
I'm not going to do it, but to me, it's a rule that they should. I mean, it was never, like I said, when I used to play all the time before Black Friday or whatever it was, people used to do that all the time, and it was never frowned upon.
Yes, it was. The cheaters didn't
yes,
frown
it
upon
was.
it. The cheaters didn't frown upon it, and that's who you're referring to.
Oh no, I'm just saying. People seemed to me like a lot of people did it. It was no big deal. That was my recollection of it.
It was no big deal.
Why can't you just say it was a really, really dumb thing to say? And I'm glad I got all you people around me, and I've been friends with you guys for a year now. And yeah, it was a dumb thing to say. I totally retract it. And thanks, guys. It's so fucking simple.
Oh,
I'm sorry for that.
There's no doubt in my
that,
mind that it was a dumb thing to say. I'll give you that 100%. It was absolutely a dumb thing to say.
If I planned to cheat on my wife and then she found out, and then I said, plenty of people cheat on their wives. Do you think she should just forget about that because it didn't happen yet because someone called me out before I put the plan into motion?
But wait, but if you already had formulating the plan is part of the cheat. So
you formulated the plan to have someone ghost on your account and repeatedly came up with justifications yesterday and just 30 seconds ago about
Bang,
why
bang.
you're okay.
Wait, I'm not. Wait, there's a difference between justifying it, doing it and justifying doing it and just having my opinion on the whole topic in general.
No one asked you what you thought about ghosting on an account. You were talking about having someone play on your account.
It wasn't your opinion. If nobody had said anything yesterday and everything had gone through, you most likely would have had somebody do it.
100%.
Absolutely.
Probably not, because the option of it being able to be used at a different
That's
time
besides the point.
was also going to be available. So
That's besides
at
the
the
point.
time I said it, there was a short window where there was no other option, and I was going to be stuck having to play it. And then after the first people balked at what I said, I then said, well, I can play it because it's on the day that I have nothing planned, so I could do it. I just have to waste one of my days in Vegas doing it. So I had already pivoted to a second plan instead of the first plan. And then it was right after that, and that was all in the first 5 minutes. And then it's right after that that everybody went back to what I suggested I could do, and just kept coming at me like gangbusters. Now, I
You're not the
expressed my
victim.
opinion. I expressed my opinion on the whole topic. Okay, I was out of the plan of doing it or the thought of doing it, but I still have my opinion on that topic is my opinion. And
Didn't you just about 30 to 90 seconds ago say that if somebody is coming up with a plan to cheat on their spouse, that is cheating? That's what you just said.
Yeah,
And yet you are so detached from your own words that you can't realize that you did just that with what you said. You did just that. But you don't connect the dots for some reason. It's so uncanny.
Yeah, you pivoted from the cheating plan. That's what the last thing you just said was.
Yeah.
Like if there wasn't a scheduling conflict.
Just because other people do it doesn't mean that you should do it. And also, there was a big cheating ring uncovered with top professionals, and that was a few years back. And there was such a fucking stink over that.
Right on. There's been several of them. One involving fucking frog poison. Some involving shadowing, just like we're talking about, and multi accounting, and somebody playing under somebody else's login. These have been big scandals in the online industry, and to just so carelessly suggest that you're going to do that is just crazy to me.
And if you just suggested it and didn't know it was wrong, and someone told you it was wrong, you said, "Oh, whoops," then yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's one thing. This would have never happened or blown up into anything.
Well, wait a minute. I did suggest it. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And then when Coco
big of a deal or cheating,
when Coco confronted me about it, then I said, okay, well, I can still play it. It's just I have the ability to play it. I'm there. So
okay, that was a little further into the recording, but
it was 4 minutes. It was 5 minutes after I said it that I said, okay.
Did you try to justify it first by everybody else is doing it?
Yeah, at first I gave my opinion as why I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And they said, no, you really can't do that and you shouldn't be talking about it. And I said, well, if I have to, I can still play it myself.
So if I have to not cheat, I can't.
So probably that's what is going to end up happening. And as it is, it wouldn't even have been an issue because then Hex said changed what the parameters were going to be, where we have the option of cash or um, so that's not even an issue.
But did you ever stop to think that, did you do any digging into how long the Venom ticket was? Has it got an end date to it? Can you play the next Venom? It doesn't necessarily have to be this Venom that you
Well,
play, because they have multiple Venoms throughout the
that came
year.
out afterwards too. I wasn't aware of that, but that came out afterwards also.
But I think before you'd say anything like you did, Farts, I'm not going at you, I'm not going against you or anything like that. Just make sure that you understand if how long the ticket is valid for. I mean, you got that all fairy tickets and how long they are, etc., etc. Whereas a lot of us are on here that play regularly. And if you've got a problem, then you go to customer service or you go to somebody else and say, look, I can't play this because I've got something on. And like explain to them, and sometimes they will move the ticket. They will extend the ticket.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have looked at all other options. It's not. I mean, it was just something I said very casually, not thinking it was that heinous of the crime that it turned out to be.
I get it.
And
I get it.
and I was wrong about that.
One thing I just wanted to echo, Sherry made a good point, and just a tip for the future. An earnest tip. I don't want it to sound like I'm coming down on you with this. I'm coming down on you on the other stuff, but not in this. The disconnect between like you just outing yourself in a sentence and then the next sentence not believing that you did. Like you're in the gambling industry. You're very successful in it, and the training that you've done on your own brain to look for the edge and look for exploits to a system. That doesn't really work on people outside of that world. We have to be socialized. We have to look for people looking for the edges that they're trying to get on us. So these pivots between back and forth and looking for semantic, cheeky arguments and trying to wriggle your way out into a win. People spot that. People have to track what people are saying along the way when they're saying it, because socialized people know that we can be taken advantage of.
All right,
So,
and what I'm trying to tell you is, well,
no, 1 second. On a number of issues, you've just chronically dug yourself deeper and deeper the more you try to explain and justify and look for a way. And just saying you're going against your own interests by doing that.
Well, I kind of agree with what you're saying. What I'm trying to say though is, with regard to the online poker, I hadn't played online poker for years, and I only started again because we set this league up, and I thought it'd be fun to get back into a little bit of poker. But I'm not playing at any kind of level that I would even have the remotest interest of trying to gain some kind of an unfair edge, like, because I'm trying to game the system. Okay.
In a $10 million tournament?
What's that?
In a $10 million tournament, you're saying that you would not try to find an edge.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going out there and finding somebody that's a top of the line professional that's going to come in and do that.
Well, it doesn't matter who it is. It's not you. It's not the account owner. You know it was wrong. You tried to justify it after learning it was wrong pretty brazenly.
Well, after learning it was wrong, I said I put my next plan into effect, which was I'll just play myself. But
you knew it was wrong before anyone called you out, because you said it's not enforceable. Other people are doing it. You didn't need to be told that it was against the rules. You had
Because you also said it was unethical when the very beginning of the conversation started. You yourself said, "Oh, I know it's unethical, but," kind of statement. You do.
All right, but
You
my
do.
whole
And then you
but
tried
here's
to
the
pretend
part.
like you didn't
All right,
know.
here's the part though, that the impetus for doing it was not to game the system and take advantage of it. The impetus for doing it was because I wasn't going to be available to play it, so I was trying to find a replacement.
The reason why really doesn't matter. The fact that you wanted to do it, thought about doing it, said you were considering doing it, that's what matters. People play online poker for a living. This is their living.
Off the
How
cuff,
they put food.
albeit probably shouldn't have said comment.
Can you hear me, Fats? I don't
But
know.
it wasn't like a premeditated plan to try and game the system, where I said, oh, you know what, instead of me playing it, let me find somebody better so I can gain an advantage. That's not
Okay, Fats,
Can you hear
that
Sherry
Fats, can
talk?
wasn't
you
any of the impetus behind that. Yeah, did I say it? Yeah. Was it stupid? Yeah. Is my opinion not even close to in the majority of the way people feel about this topic?
Donna,
Absolutely.
ask him if he can
But
Pat,
hear me.
can you
it
hear
was not
Sherry?
something that was done or
Ah,
said with the intent of,
oh God, I don't think can hear
in
him.
my mind, it wasn't cheating.
Pat, can you hear Sherry?
Fats, can you hear me? Please tell him to go out and come back in.
Pat, go out and come back in again. Don't can you try? Because I don't think he can hear me either.
I can hear Sherry. Sorry if I spoke over her.
No, but ask Fats if he
Oh,
can
No,
hear me.
Fats, if you can't hear Sherry, she's been talking for a little
Somebody
bit.
else talking.
Oh, shit.
We're all talking about it.
I can't hear anybody.
Yes, he's realizing it. Go, Fats, go. Go out and come in. Oh, how awkward. You know what? I'm going to remove him from speaker, and maybe then he'll
You
realize
guys
we
can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
He can't hear us, but maybe he'll understand when I removed him that he needs to go out and come back in. Let's let's try that
Let's
again.
get on.
Okay, I invited him back to speak. I don't know if he went all the way out. It just shows him as a listener right now.
Hopefully, can you hear us now?
Fats, can you hear me?
Now I can hear everybody.
Okay. You were in the matrix and we were trying to get you to realize that. um, what I was trying to say is, and I don't even remember what my point was. Oh, I know. There are people that use online poker for their to make money to live on, to buy food, to pay their rent, to have a car note. And that world is very important to them. And to compromise that world is a horrific thing in my eyes. And if you're going to be a commissioner, you can never be alluding to that type of thing. It affects somebody's livelihood. It's cheating. And I don't understand why you're so flippant about it. Um, it's not a good look for you to be so flippant about it. You have to recognize the importance of the integrity staying intact for the people that count on online poker for a living.
Well, see, I guess the part where I don't understand why this is such an issue at this point is I've said I understand the rule now completely. It's not something I'm going to do. It's not something I will ever do in the future. But despite that, I just think it's something that is still going on out there, and it's a buyer beware. If you're playing online poker, you should just expect that you're up against that, because I find it hard to believe it's not going on out there. So,
Well, and nobody has said that it isn't going on. Not one person has said it's not going on. What we're saying is it's wrong for you to consider doing it. That's what we're saying. And I'm also,
well, I think I've already
we can,
said that. I think I've already
well,
agreed with that 100 times,
well,
and it
and I'm
was
going to
it was
say,
and it was really like a passing comment. It wasn't like something I planned to do. I was saying I'm going to do this, and you know what? I think I'll probably do it a lot if I find somebody really good that can play and sneak in for me. My joy is playing myself, not trying to have somebody else do it for me.
if somebody could sneak in for me. Oh, do you even listen to yourself? Okay. I'm going to say let's move on unless somebody else has any comments. But I also am going to say that, you know, I never called you a cheater. And for you to put that out there, just to pivot the conversation
Well,
away from yourself is a
I
little bit
will.
of bullshit, and
I
it's
will.
okay.
I will try to clear you of those charges. I will listen to the rest of that space and see if it was said. Hex seems to have remembered it as well as I did. So I will listen to the rest of that space, and if it was not said, I will certainly retract it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Anybody else want to comment on
Although
this stuff?
if it actually was said, then you'll apologize for having said it, right?
I will listen to the context of what I said before I make any commitment to anything.
Fair enough.
Because, like I said to you
Fair enough.
yesterday,
That's fair enough.
I do not remember saying that to you. And this morning, I sped through that recording. And anytime I heard myself, I stopped and listened. I never heard myself calling you a cheater. I said, if you did it, it would be cheating. And, for me to call you a cheater on something as it's a past tense when we're talking about something in the future just doesn't that's not who I am. So, anyway,
Well, that was my
uh,
whole right. That was what I was complaining about. I felt that you called me a cheater which would mean I'd already done it as opposed to having thought about done it.
no,
So
I
that's
have,
the same.
like I
We're
said,
talking about the same argument, just it's a question of what was actually said. So I'll listen to it again, and I'll
and
let
I'm
you
going to
know.
tell you something. Like I said several times last night, I don't remember saying that to you. And, it is what it is. There was a lot going on. And if I said it, I said it. And I don't recall it. I honestly don't recall it. And when I was like this morning, I'm going to just buzz through. Anytime I hear my voice, I'm going to stop and see what I said. And I didn't find it. So if somebody finds it, let me know and I'll be happy to go listen to it.
Well,
No problem with that.
when I went to listen to it last night, and I got through that first 5 minutes, where right before you came on, where I said, "Well, I could just play it myself." I just considered the whole rest of the thing conversation null and void after that, because I'd already said that I'd already gone to the next plan in the first 5 minutes. But so anything that happened after that just was like a snowball rolling down a hill.
But let me ask you this. Have you acknowledged the fact yet this morning in
But
this
I'll do
space?
it for
Have you
that.
acknowledged the fact that you you said at the beginning of that conversation that you knew that was wrong to do what you were suggesting you were going to do?
I knew it was frowned upon, and I suspected it was definitely not kosher. But again, in my opinion, it was not kosher in the sense of, if you're trying to game it somehow, and not in another, but which is still wrong by the way the rules are. So it
So
was.
frowned upon by the rule book. And when you say not kosher, what is a more honest way of saying that?
Look, I'm just saying it.
Just say a more honest way of saying not kosher. That's all you just have to just say.
But you said in your own words you knew that it wasn't something you should be doing. The very beginning of that conversation, You knew, and then you pretended not to know. And you still say, but when I heard what the rules were, I changed my attitude. Well, the thing is, you knew what the rules were right from the beginning of that conversation. And you're still trying to dodge that bullet.
Well, that's what I said was I've never seen that. I've heard that. I've never seen that rule actually in writing, and so you were getting me so riled up. I said, "All right, Sherry, show it to me in writing." And then you said, "Well, I'm not going to go look that up for you." And then Blue looked it up, and then that was the end of it. And then I just settled at that point. I mean, at one point there, shortly after that thing started, the way you were coming at me, I was like handling it like I mean I was in full troll defensive mode in my mind, and I was just trying to rile you back up, and obviously that didn't go well my way because the more I got everybody riled up, the worse it looked for me. So that was my own,
The funny things,
my own
Fats, that
doing making that
the
worse.
funny things that I've learned in the several decades I've lived on this earth is if we stick to the truth will set you free. If we try to make up bullshit to cover our tracks, the hole gets deeper.
I
Yeah,
don't.
what got me was when Coco, Sherry, and Eden all came together to agree on something. I nearly fucking rolled off the
When
seat.
Coco pointed that out, it
Yeah,
was
there
so
you
Really
go. How
funny.
about
bad
that
because
parlay? How about hitting that
that
parlay?
was
Coco
like,
was so funny.
what
He's
the
like, when the
fuck?
three of us can agree, it must be something.
Cocoa, Eden, and Blue. That's a parlay.
He said,
No, Coco, Eden, and Cherry. Fucking definitely. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, Cocoa, Eden, and Cherry. Okay, yeah.
as in hell actually froze over yesterday.
It
And by the
fucking
way,
didn't. I felt the cold.
and just so you know, full disclosure, when I made that original comment, the goal was to unite Sherry, Eden, and Coco, and it was a long way in getting there, but I
No,
did
the
get
Okay,
the
Fat,
job
bollocks.
done.
stop
You
yourself.
fucking trolling twat.
Okay, stop yourself. This is what got you in trouble
It was
to
only it was
begin
only a
with.
matter. It was only said to try to bring the community closer
This is the kind of shit that gets you in
Oh
trouble
my god.
right here, Fats.
and make up. Get mend old fences and bring people back together again. And
Stop
so
being a dickhead now.
it was actually maybe a good thing there.
Yeah, I've sent an invite to your mate.
All right, I'm going to read
You haven't
this
seen it.
FTW. Go ahead. And then I'm going to read a comment and we'll address it. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I already approved you. Sorry, FTW. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was coming up. Did you call on me?
I said go ahead, but
Oh yeah. So I know if you want to pivot, since and I know Fats likes to be the center of attention always, but this might not actually become content because last night Omar had on Jordan Griff for hours, the runner-up in the main event. Ronnie Barda, who was the only pro on his rail. David Tappan, Matt Savage, just an awesome space for hours, talking about the whole controversy. So it was really interesting, much more interesting than this.
very cool. Thank you for sharing that.
Not
There's
sure if it's
actually
recorded, but yeah, it
there's
was great to hear
actually
Jordan.
there's actually a comment for you, FTW. Why is FTW criticizing Fats about this? He openly admitted he allowed his girlfriend to
Shout
play
out to Kaka, of
and
course. Kaka
ultimately
loves
win.
gargling my nuts. It's
Wait,
fucking
let me
awesome.
finish. Let me finish. And ultimately win a tournament on his Ignition account
Well, she
when
got
he
second.
fell asleep. Is this okay? What am I missing here? If the community likes the person, it's okay. Well,
And this
Kaka, wait a minute. Hold on. First of all, Kaka, I have no idea what you're referring to, so I can't speak about it. So go ahead, FTW.
Yeah, and I was going to bring this up earlier with Fats when he was saying like whether you're sick or this or that. And so basically one night when I was like halfway through a tournament and I like came down with a fever. And so I said to my girlfriend, I'm going to go to bed. You can either let this blind out or finish it. And when I woke up, she said she got second. That is very, very different than on a $5 tournament than trying to play your Venom seat in $1 million tournament?
Both, however, are wrong.
Sure. But not the same at all.
Well, let me ask you a question, Totona. How are you compared to your girlfriend at poker, in your opinion?
I've been playing for 20 years. She's been playing for 2.
Okay, so the fact that she managed to finish in second, but the fact that she substituted in there for you in a situation where it was a medical situation. Now, do you consider that, although it's wrong and against the rules, that was cheating because you substituted a worse player in?
No, I think ghosting really comes down to we have a lot of stables in the communities that there'll be people multi-accounting and then they'll hand it off when they get deep in the tournament to someone better than them. They'll have someone else playing on their accounts when they have big whales in the game, things like that. Like Jungleman's been accused of this before and other people, Bonomo. I think a $5 tournament when you're having a fever and you're already halfway through, and I didn't tell her to play. I just said, I'm going to bed. If you want to play it out.
Okay, for the record, it is cheating. And we can, we can say it's only a $5 tournament or a $10,000 tournament.
Of course,
It's still
obviously.
cheating. So I just want that out
Technically,
there.
yes, nobody else should play on your name. Is somebody talking? I can't hear them.
No, sir.
No, I was just.
No.
And sure, but we all had a laugh about
And
it, and that's why I call her the ghost of Japan. That's actually her account.
And what you said, I agree with what you said about, it's kind of what you said it much better than I tried to say it. But the whole idea is of the reason why it's considered cheating is because of the people who have stables and substitute people in when it gets to a key part of the tournament and those type of things. That rule's not in there, is not really there for you for when you get sick and your girlfriend finishes out the tournament for you because you're puking and dying.
I mean, you also said yesterday, if I go to come on, I've done that too. I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom in the middle of a hand, or not in the middle of the hand, but in the middle of a tournament. And I'm like, you just watch and fold for me or whatever. And or if I get a good hand, just fucking call or raise or whatever. I mean, it's I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, in that case, I'm actually still playing the hand. I'm just not touching the mouse. She's just relaying the cards to me, from 2 rooms
Now,
away.
Listen.
just, for the record, when I've played an online tournament, of course, you guys know I've not done many of them. If I need to go to the bathroom, I just leave my account going and I go to the bathroom and I come back and whatever happened, happened. Everybody online who's playing online has to go get a drink, go to the bathroom. I mean, this is not unique.
Yeah, we're talking about
situation.
1 in a million. I mean, 99%, 99.9, you do it when you're on a break. But to get back to the actual point of when she finished turning for me when I was sick that night, I mean, again, that was also an anomaly. And this is not the same as winning a seat to $1 million thing and giving it to a better player to try and, play that tournament for you.
Well, and in regard to that, I don't know who I was going to get. And so if I could have even gotten somebody. So it might have been that I would have ended up having to play it anyway. And the second thing is, with regard to the person who I wanted to transfer it to, although they may be considered a better player than me, that was not a consideration in why I was going to pass the ticket on to them to play.
Yeah, I
Yes.
still think when it's something of that magnitude and you're like, I don't know, and you have to go out and find somebody to play the tournament from the beginning, it's just a different thing. I've won free rolls before and I just can't play them because I'm either busy or I got to spend time with kids or whatever.
Go on a road trip with Sherry.
Yeah, there you go. But shout out to
Not
Kakav.
without me, you're
Thanks for
not.
letting me still live rent free.
You're so funny. Oh, you guys, you guys. Oh, here comes Barry. I know he's going to have some words of wisdom for us on this Sunday. Go ahead, Barry.
Yeah, I got two things. Well, first, I want to nominate Natsuka to be the commissioner of the league that's coming up. That's number one. Number two, that David Lapper, fucking imbecile with his fake fucking accent, was really the worst part of that fucking show yesterday. The guy was so fucking full of shit, saying he doesn't know where the tournament area is, when clearly they were 3 feet from the fucking table, and he was making a claim that they're not in the fucking tournament area. What? Where do these fucking foreigners come from, Donna? And this is who you say is your fucking friend? That was worse than anything fucking Hex could ever fucking come up with, talking like a fucking retard. Well, that's technically not the tournament area. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, throwing hatchets at David
I
Lappin.
fucking missed that, Barry. And I don't even know who you're fucking
Oh
talking
my
about,
God.
I'm
you
talking
git.
about David Cutlapper, whatever his fucking name is.
David Lappin.
Laughing.
Oh God, I slept through all that. Thank God.
Base, so I don't know what fucking laughing said.
He said that those guys at the rail were not in the tournament area.
Was he smoking or what?
His definitely fucking
Nah, he didn't
heavy
smoke.
duty edibles that fucking Wolf is usually on. He was chomping down because it was the craziest fucking
Wolf
thing.
catching a hatchet.
He was trying to say that those people weren't in the tournament area.
Yeah, but the player was standing in the tournament area at the rail. So what are we talking about? This is stupid.
And as soon as you walk into anywhere there's a table within fucking 3 feet of you, you're in the tournament area.
Absolutely.
That includes the bathroom, the hallway, fucking the escalator. You're in the fucking tournament area.
Yeah. I didn't hear it. I was asleep, but thank you for coming in on
He's
fire.
Irish. He ain't English.
Yeah, like there's a
Difference.
fucking difference.
There is.
Oh,
They live on a different fucking island.
You know, you all look alike to me.
Don't fucking look me in with Lappin. Lappin's got his own fucking opinions. Even sometimes I don't agree with what Lappin says. I call him a salty motherfucker. I love him to bits. I love him and his family to
of
bits.
course.
Does he say things? Does he say things that's out of line? Of course he does.
Yeah, I love Frank DeVitz, that fucking cheater.
I did fall asleep last night, but I wish I would have asked him also. Like, I mean, he did talk about getting the gaming commission involved, and curious if he really wanted to be a thorn, excuse me, in the WSOP side, he could definitely get a lawyer. I mean, there is somewhat of a case there for making this kind of annoying for the WSOP.
Well,
And
he could. Sorry, Frank.
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I hope he doesn't.
I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna say he would make it annoying, but it's clearly stated in the rules. Like Fats does these semantic fucking arguments that mean nothing. It could be resulted in disqualification, or maybe, or if they feel like it, or if it's a Wednesday morning, or whatever the fuck they want to make up at the time. So technically, it's against the rules, but it's an unenforceable rule that maybe they'll just yell at you once or twice before they actually do something. So the way the rule is even worded is
Wait, did
vague. And
Fats say that did Frank say he fell asleep? It couldn't have been that interesting of a space then if Frank fell asleep.
No,
Frank,
Sherry, I've actually trained myself now to fucking go to sleep instead of staying up all
Look,
night listening to these things.
look, Barry will tell you. I will message him and say, I'm in Gitbo trying to sleep. So you guys, remain a little on the quiet side.
Frank, were you there? Were you there when Lapper was trying to justify what's the rail in it or not?
Oh yeah, that was all at the beginning. I heard all of that, and I asked Jordan a couple of questions. I mean, I tried to keep it off topic. I asked him like, what it was like playing against Lena 900. Like, is he going to go out and buy something with the money he made that he's always wanted? Like, but I did hear a bunch of that. So yeah, he's fucking out of his
What
mind.
did
That guy.
Hey, what did the runner up? Was like, does he think they were cheating? What's his take on it
That's what
now?
I'm saying. He was there last night, Sherry, for hours
Yeah, so
talking.
what was his take? Did he think they were cheating or no?
You Barry can maybe answer as well, but like I think his vibe was he's not thrilled about the whole situation, but he's not going to come out, like you and just straight call like that's a cheater. He won't just say it.
Fuck you, Frank.
I mean, he even tried to like accept that. I mean, was someone insinuated he was supposed to go to the floor, and that shit probably would have been stopped.
Well,
But he, but he just sat there.
just like the angler with his chips in front of the card reader hiding his cards. If somebody would have set it to the floor, they would have made him stop. It's that same mentality. Frank,
All right, I got to go. Love you all. Love you,
love
Kaka.
you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Later,
Bye.
Frank.
Bye, Frank.
You see, Fats, that's how you cheat.
Doinky, you have anything else, bud? He may be working. Where has that guy that's overseas been? What the hell is his name, Donna?
What do you mean? What? One T?
Say that again.
Testicle? Oh, prick.
No, the one guy that's over in the eight. Is he in Taiwan or Singapore or what the
Fine
hell?
sanity.
Yes. Where the hell's he been?
He's been around. I see some comments here and there.
I haven't seen him in forever.
Not a clue.
Wow. Barry, when you leaving for Florida?
I'm not sure when I'm going yet, if I'm even going. Just the Bulgaria's coming up in September, so I may just pass and wait patiently.
Oh, nice. Well, September's not that far away. I just booked a flight to Vegas in November, which is an unexpected trip to Vegas, but we'll make it work.
And then you're going to go back in December for the win?
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to go. My daughter's team is actually going to play against the University of Las Vegas. So, going to go watch them play in November. Then I'll go to Spokane, and then
Chris on
I'll
Ashbury.
go to Vegas to the WPT after that, which actually is going to work out good because then I could play live poker in Spokane in preparation for the WPT, which of course I can't do here unless I travel. So, yes, I'm justifying, Donna. Yes.
What did you try and say, Fats? You're in the Matrix there.
I said, are you any luck on Bet Bash?
No, not yet.
Oh, Barry, that would be a great outing for you.
so quiet.
It's either a good thing or a bad thing, Donna. I'll tell you what's not quiet probably are those DMs.
No idea. Don't get men. Just ordered a pizza.
Yummy. From where? Like what kind of places? Do you have just like mom and pop places or do you have chains?
No, got chains ordered from Domino's.
Oh God. Is that even still pizza
And
there? I mean,
yeah,
I used to pick up Domino's pizzas before I would go to the alleged Friday night games at the Legion. The alleged games at the Legion. I would go and pick up 4 or 5 pizzas to take with me for
yeah.
the vets.
I only get it because it's got cookie dough as well. I like cookie dough.
Cookie dough pizza?
No, just cookie dough.
Oh, so like a dessert you can order.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Didn't I order pizza when you were here from my favorite place? Or am I making that up?
No, you didn't.
We didn't? Well, we'll have to do next
No.
time.
Okay.
But did we go to Giordano's in Vegas? Shit, I can't remember what the hell we did.
No,
We didn't go there either. You had a
no.
horrible hostess. Terrible hostess.
We went South Pine. We went the usual place at Aria. Didn't even get to White
Oh,
Castle.
Javier's. Yeah, we didn't get to White Castles. And you know what? This last trip I didn't either. I was so upset. I almost asked my cab driver on the way to airport to go through the White Castles drive through, but they have like a set rate, airport rate from the,
Yeah,
and so I was like, oh, he probably can't because it's a set rate. And I just didn't want to go down that road of conversation. But
yeah.
anyway, I didn't get to go.
No, I didn't get to White Castles.
Damn it. Yeah, so you got to come in December. We have things to do.
We did go to that place though where they did that Top Gun thing in Miracle Mile. We had something there, and I can't remember what that
Oh,
was.
yeah, when we went shopping that day. Wasn't it called Top
Yeah,
Gun? I think it was called Top Gun, wasn't it?
not sure,
Yeah, that was a cute little bistro.
but that's when I went into Victoria's Secrets.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, excuse me. Yepper.
Because that's where I stock up stuff from when I'm over there.
Yeah, bought like a
Victoria's
lot of
Secrets.
perfume in there, right? Wasn't it perfume? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
It's a lot cheaper over there than it is over
Right.
here. But yeah, Maxine keeps on fucking sending me pictures and saying, Dada, come over. And I'm thinking, for fuck's sake, stop it, woman.
If she only knew how much you really wanted to come back over, right?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
And her mom says I can call her mom.
oh, that's
Yeah,
sweet.
she's so funny.
Well, if nobody has anything they want to chat about, I think we could close the space, Donna. What do you think?
I reckon so
Yeah.
too.
Barry, you have anything else you want to
I
touch
need
on
to,
before I close the space, bud?
All good, thanks.
I need to get my
Wait, say it again, Barry.
I said all good, thanks.
Absolutely. Doinky, last words.
Just have a good day.
Thank you, too. Appreciate all of you. Have a great day. Love you, Donna.
Love you too. I'm going to get my tattoo fixed now.
Okay. Bye.
My biker and tattoo fixed. Bye.